How much value do you actually get out of your deathmatches? Are you running around in your deathmatches like a headless chicken? If you are wasting your time. This video will explain how every rank in Valorant can use deathmatches to improve your mechanics and help you rank up to that dream rank. Wow. Let's start with low elo. Low elo rank players, Go 3 and below, should focus on mechanics in general. It is common for low elo players to jump headfirst into ranked games without even warming up. This leads to many players using the first half of their ranked game as basically their warm-up, and we all know how that goes. In a ranked match, you will have about 40 fights. But did you know, in one deathmatch, you will have about the same amount of fights in only 7 minutes? With that in mind, I recommend playing 4 deathmatches daily, which would take only about 30 minutes a day. Remember, to be consistent, we must practice consistently. For players gold and above, you should already have the basic of Valorant mechanics down. At this stage, we need to refine those mechanics and stop queuing deathmatches without intention of bettering our performance. So let me ask you this. The goal of a deathmatch is to warm up and practice our mechanics so that we play better in ranked, right? Right. But in our ranked games, do we just run it down without checking corners, holding angles, and playing peeker's advantage? Well, for the most part, I hope not. So, then we must practice these skills in our deathmatches, as if we're trying to mimic similar fights that we have in our ranked games. Here, let me show you an example of this. I first start by pretending I'm retaking a site on Haven, and then I check each angle one by one as if I were retaking the site in an actual match. Once I'm on site, I then pretend that I have to hold the site down. Whenever I'm in one of these tricky situations where I'm getting shot from many different directions, I try to keep as calm as I can be and isolate each fight one by one. To add another layer to this, and really bring this type of practice into the forefront of your mind, you can say out loud where you're going to aim, such as, okay, I'm in hookah, going to take B site, looking CT, in sight, checking elbow, getting flanked. But Coach Cal, if I play deathmatches like this, I get angry because I always die from behind and get crouch sprayed by a guy with an Olden. Well, that is okay, little Jimmy. Remember, deathmatches are there for you to improve and not for you to win. Don't worry about what other players are doing. If you're getting killed by shorties, then they're not going to improve, but you still are. If you cannot control yourself from tilting in a deathmatch, how in the world are you going to keep composure in a ranked game when RR is on the line? Crouch spraying. You don't crouch spray in your deathmatches, do you? Some people are better than others at stopping themselves from hitting crouch, though others are crouch demons and hit that control button every time they see an enemy. Guess who was one of those crouch demons? Yes, you guessed it, it was me. The best thing that helped me get through the crouching issue was unbinding the crouch key for deathmatches. What I would notice is that my little pinky would hit that crouch key, but nothing would happen and I would still win the fight. That same fight I would have likely lost if I had pressed crouch. This recognition was always enlightening to me, and it would condition my brain to not hit crouch as much. I will say though, if I had stopped playing for a while, or stopped practicing my aim and played ranked only, I would sometimes revert back to old ways. Each time this would happen, I'd go back to my deathmatches, unbind that crouch, and the habit would disappear. The next topic we should talk about is the controversial topic of sound. So the question is, should we have sound on or off in our deathmatches? Well, if you've been listening so far, you should already know that answer. That's right. We should be using sound when we play in our ranked games, so you best believe we should be doing the same thing in our deathmatches. Now remember, using sound in a deathmatch is not for you to sit in a corner with a shorty waiting for that poor soul to walk around it. By having sound turned on in deathmatches, we can train our ability to use it to our advantage, such as peeking angles with timings, being able to pre-aim the enemy, and being able to pinpoint the enemy locations. Pause! If you're enjoying this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and rank up fast with Coach Cal. Now, back to the video. Another tip I have for you is to turn shooting error on. Okay, if you don't know how to turn shooting error on, press escape, which will go to settings, and then video, and then stats, and scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll see shooting error and turn graph only on. Okay, so in the right corner you see the shooting error. If I'm moving while shooting, it's blue. If I strafe, it's yellow. If I'm still, it's yellow. And yellow is good. And lastly, you may wonder why I have not included team deathmatches in this training. And I'm also pretty sure that many of you would rather play TDMs instead of regular deathmatches. Well, my three main issues with TDMs is that for one, it takes forever to get into a game. People's computers are potatoes, and you have to pick agents, and it just takes a long time in general. Also, TDM games are not played on the competitive map pool, which means you do not get to practice fighting and peeking the same angles that you would in a ranked game. And lastly, the addition of abilities in TDMs takes away from the goal of practicing your aim specifically. When we are trying to learn things, it's best to learn each segment step by step. So when we play TDMs, we are focusing on more than one thing, though Deathmatches ignores the aspect of utility usage. In summary, it is very easy to queue up a deathmatch without having any purpose. And if you do that, you are wasting your time. You will improve much faster if you practice with intention. Try taking 30 minutes out of your day for the next month to deathmatch with intent on improving your mechanics and utilizing the tips presented in this video. I would love to know how your training goes, so please comment how this video helped you improve. If you found this video helpful, check out my coaching video with the one and only Sentinel's Curry that is on your screen. Was this helpful to you?